All right, what's up, everybody? It's Philly Carnage back here. Year 2 of the Detroit Lions series 5-year rebuild. Like I said, doing things a little different this year. Currently sitting a 78 overall. I don't remember what we initially started with last year. Looking at it, did have some hidden dev traits from last year. Swift came out as a star. Other than that, everything has stayed the same. Now we got the addition of Justin Ross. We're going to run him as wide receiver 2. Cephas in there in the slot. Defensively, Akuda came out as a superstar, as I stated earlier last year in the video. Somehow the computer signed Vic Beasley, so since they did, we're going to throw him up on the trade block, at least get something out of him. Recapping the draft a little bit. Harvey, hidden dev, Tompkins is in there, Gilchrist comes in there as linebacker 2. Huff, and then Reeves Maben is here. Want to move him up, and we're gonna let Tompkins get the snaps there. Yeah, I mean, other than that, everything looks the same as it did there in year 1. A little bit of change in the guard with the receivers. Adrian Peterson went back to free agency if he did not retire. So here we go. Let's get year 2 started and try to see if we win the Super Bowl. If not, like I said, Matt Patricia, he's on a pretty short leash. I know there were rumors after last season of Patricia being on the chopping block, especially after being brought here known for his defense, and they gave him the option of, they gave him the chance, finish at least top 15, which he barely did that by finishing at the top 14. So with the addition of the rookies, management is calling for him to hopefully finish, at least top 12. Let's make sure that we're seeing some good, progression with this defense as we enter year 2 of the rebuild. Tough loss going into week 1, especially after facing Green Bay back-to-back in the preseason of all things, and then we faced them first thing this year. Good thing is there was no turnovers that game for us. Stafford played pretty solid, 281, 2 touchdowns. Rushing, Kerryon Johnson, 1769. No touchdowns for the running backs. Receiving wise, Hawkinson continues to do his thing, 6 for 79, a touchdown. Cephas, doing well there in the slot. Justin Ross comes in as the rookie, 4 for 38. Then you got Galladay, only 2 for 23 and a touchdown. Luckily, didn't have any injuries, because injuries are on. We want to make this somewhat as realistic as possible. Justin Coleman led the team in tackles. Had a couple TFLs, Nick Williams, Trey Flowers, Danny Shelton. Sacks, we had 2, and still no interceptions. So that trend still continues from year 1, as we look to see if we have any trade offers for the guys that we put up on the block. And currently we do not. But Trufant, Vic Beasley, and I think that is it that we threw up there on the block. Just try to get something out of nothing for those guys. So let's keep moving on. Possibly play that week 5 game against Green Bay. And then, we'll look to see something about second half of the year. I know year 1 we didn't go and get a second gameplay video in. By then the season was pretty much a lost cause. So once the season's pretty much that lost cause, we're just going to continue grinding it out, get through the season, and keep moving on. Right, here we are, week 2. After a brutal loss to the Falcons. Already starting at 0-2. First, the Falcons had no rush game at all. I don't get what's up with this team as far as rushing the ball. Stafford had 207 yards, no touchdowns. Rushing the ball, again, Stafford cannot be the lead rusher. If Stafford is the lead rusher, you're not going to win. Receiving wise, Galladay 586, Hawkinson 6 for 52, Cephas 3 for 25. Defensive wise, Coleman and Tavai, led the team with 9 tackles, a few TFLs, had a few sacks, no interception. Well, one interception there. But honestly, let's take a look at our scheme here. The multiple zone run, really isn't doing it for us. What if we go vertical? We run the 3-4. Let's take a look to see different things. That 4-6 is always nice. So we'll give that a shot. We'll keep the playbooks the same, see how well that works. But Patricia, he got to figure this out. So maybe if we go and look at changing up our scheme in general, maybe that will be the key that helps keep his job. We do have a possible breakout scenario for Cephas. Granted, it will be a sim game, so 2 touchdowns, 100 yards, rushing, receiving. It's doable, but I have to see if it actually follows through. All right, looking at contracts, we got Kerryon Johnson, Desmond Trufant, and has been pretty solid for us. Shelton, Tracy Walker, which we do have his replacement, but he's still young, so we could want to keep him on. Romeo Okwara. A lot of this is more, the depth. Punter, we can always draft a punter and get one a heck of a lot cheaper than 4.6, $2 million here. So I get it's gonna be more. We'll come back to Kerryon, see how well he keeps doing in this 2-back concept, especially with the new scheme. It's kind of hard to be like, oh yeah, let's do it, when we don't know how he's gonna actually work well in this new scheme that Patricia is going to try out. All right, coming in here, we had another loss, putting us at 0-3 on the season. Breakout player, we had Cephas, gave it a shot, but he did not come through on it. Kenny Galladay, he's frustrated, as I would be. Got a star receiver. We're not going to promise him. We need to win games. So hopefully, by him being frustrated, hopefully he can go and talk to Matt Stafford, have a little one-on-one, get this thing figured out. And we also need to figure out, stop this losing streak. Trey Flowers, he's had enough of it. Again, secondary, big issue. They're not creating those turnovers that we need. Give them a start. Give them that little extra pep talk prior to the game. See if we can go and get things going in the right direction here in week 4 versus the Steelers. Looking at how week 3 ended up going, 13-7 loss. Stafford 174 and a interception. So maybe the vertical run isn't his best thing, but we can't win games if we can't run the ball. We don't have the receivers. We got Galladay. Cephas had that chance to go up in dev trait, and then we got Justin Ross, who's a rookie. But we got to go and be able to run the ball. Hawkinson, his numbers are down a little bit. As far as yardage, ball was spread out for the most part. Defense, rookie Gerald Tompkins led the way with 9 tackles, 1 TFL. TFLs were all over the place. That's always a good sign that we're able to be there, stop the run. And look at that. Change the defensive scheme, bring in 4 sacks on the day, still no interceptions. So hopefully here in the sim versus the Steelers, our defense can turn it around and do what they need to do to finally get a check mark in that win column. All right, another loss in the books. 31-19 to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Galladay is not happy. Galladay could be looking, hopefully we can get him involved. He could be looking more of his way to, want to force a trade. Who knows? Anything can happen these days. Trey Flowers, he had the talk. He just doesn't have that leadership ability. He wasn't able to go and get everybody fired up the way that they needed to be. We actually have trade offers here for Desmond Trufant, 30 years old, 81 overall. Washington is willing to give us a 5th and a 7th. Get that contract off our books. I didn't care what we would get, but that's enough to save us a little bit of money here in year 2. Hopefully we can go and possibly make a little splash there in agency. Looking at individual stuff, Stafford, still his typical self. 236, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Unfortunately, I think that is now his first interception there on the season. Swift, 12 and 50. Kerryon Johnson, 11 and 45. I mean, they're slowly gaining this new concept. Justin Ross, led the way. Galladay, I don't get him. Some days he's hot, some days he's cold. Defensively, Levi, 8 tackles, 2 TFLs, 0 sacks, and Tracy Walker with 1 interception. All right, so we decided not to play that Week 5 game versus Green Bay. We did have a weekly award. Harvey, our free safety, bringing in 14 tackles, 2 interceptions in the 24-24 tie with Green Bay. Facing 2 new injuries that game. We lost Trey Flowers even after his big speech that he had in the locker room. That did not go well. He's gone for 5 weeks with a dislocated ankle, along with Deshaun Hand, who has a foot fracture for the next 8 weeks. Looking in on the tie is do the right thing. Stafford, 245, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Rushing this week was Kerryon Johnson's time to shine, 23-72. Swift, 4 for 24. Receiving wise, Hawkinson, he's coming back, getting himself back up there. 6 for 69. Cephas and Justin Ross bringing in the 2 touchdowns on offense. Defense, Tompkins and Harvey, big games for both of them. Identical stats. A lot of TFLs here. Typically that leads to being able to shut down the run and being able to pull out the win, but unfortunately the win didn't happen. Interceptions, Tracy Walker had 1, Harvey had 2. Great showing there for the rookie free safety. Another big injury. We lost DeAndre Swift again for the 2nd year in a row this year, torn labrum. He's out 3 weeks. We did suffer a 28-10, I'm sorry, loss to the Ravens. Looking here at player stats, Stafford 191-1, sacked 4 times rushing. Kerryon Johnson 10 for 33. Still no dominant rushing attack. Galladay finally led in yardage. Cephas with another touchdown. Defensively, Coleman 11, 1 TFL, no sacks, no interceptions. So defense still not doing its job to create turnovers. So just getting into that. Patricia, he's feeling it. You can see he's frustrated there in the front office. He's on the phone. He's trying to figure out what he can do to make this defense better. So here before the trade deadline, let's take a look here at the for possible upgrades. So we could go after Bosu there. Could be a solid upgrade. DT1. For the most part, you're not really gaining. Left end would be big. I do like Josh Sweat. He's come into his own. They want a left tackle. I don't know what we got going here. We can always look at sending Big V back, but it's still one hell of a. Maybe we can. Not Tracy Walker, but maybe we can throw him Will Harris, bring him back. But that would put them way over the cap limit. So of course, Philly is trying to get rid of players. So unfortunately, that trade won't be able to go through. Still taking a look. I like our linebacking core. They're growing. They're still in development. Those rookies, cornerbacks. Huda is still solid, but you can always go and sign Harry Nicholson and get that extra speed. All right, so here we go. We decided we'll get some gameplay here, playing at home, taking on the 1-6 Rams. See if we can finally get something going. Patricia already pissed off, throwing the clipboard on the ground. Something must have went wrong there in pregame warm-ups. Lions look clean coming out, but can they actually hold through and get the win?
Let's get back to the huddle. Make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant.
All right, so as you see there, I went for the hit stick, yet he just ran right by the guy, setting them up for 3rd and goal.
First and goal from the 9-yard line. A shotgun snap for Goff. Looking in zone.
Wide open.
Incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, but it'll be
good thing he was out of bounds, so don't have to worry about that score.
This will be caught at about the 6.
Gain tackling.
He's going to be brought down just shy of the 5.
Holding them to 3 would be a big boost here too. Our defense.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
And they leave Robert Woods open in the back. Yet once again, he is out of bounds. So big defensive stem, bend, don't break. Hold him to that field goal. Hopefully our offense can come out here and capitalize, get a touchdown.
Opening drive here led by Matthew Stafford, the veteran, former #1 pick back in 2009.
And this is a game for grit, determination.
As you see there, Stafford last season all but 50%. Not great.
You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got
Here we go. Let's try to establish the run here against the Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey Los Angeles Rams. Pick up a 1. Would have been really nice to have DeAndre Swift here. But unfortunately, due to that torn labrum, he's out, and we get the screen off. Get close to that first down mark. Should be, yep, 3rd and 1. Good chance of converting this. Keep this drive alive. Like I said earlier, a first down would be tremendous. And Kerryon Johnson up the middle. Good gain. Keep those chains moving.
That's good for a Lions. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Rams 3, Lions 0.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Stafford.
Good way to get the feet down there, Justin Ross. It was only a gain of 5, but still better than a sack or a turnover. I do like the way that he was able to go and get his feet down, shows promise.
2nd and 5 after the 5.
So again, this must be the Detroit's favorite formation, because this is all they seem to run. Kerryon Johnson able to find the hole, move the chains a little more for another first down. 3 for 21. Finally, a little promise shown here in the run game.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard.
Galladay's covered over there by Ramsey.
On 1st down, it's Stafford.
Able to hit Cephas underneath. Get another first down on the 29-yard line. Matt Stafford coming out hot. 3 for 3. So we got single safety coverage here. Might be able to hit the slant. Of course, they back out, so Cephas was wide open, most likely for a score, and Stafford sails the ball.
But it'll be 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing again at Stafford. Screenplay, Johnson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
Johnson.
He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both.
Good TFL there on the screen pass. Good play recognition.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Goff's throw into the hands of Henderson. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek.
3rd and 7. Let's bring the heat. Most likely it's going to cost us.
This is 3rd down. To the air again.
There we go. And we were able to force enough pressure and let them set up for a field goal, since Matt Prater missed a 51-yard field goal earlier on our first drive.
A 49-yard attempt.
Hauschka's kick is good.
Yet he's able to split the upright in the far left down low to get it through.
And it worked awfully well. got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On first down, Stafford here.
Matt Stafford once again sails the ball. Could have been an easy completion for a first down, get us easily in field goal range, but the only thing we have going for us is these little dink and dumps to Galladay.
Can we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. That's to his running back.
Kerryon Johnson right across the middle on the Texas route.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
First down.
There he is again, but unfortunately our offensive line gave up way too much pressure there for us.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Seep is going down, getting another first down. The only thing we have going for us so far is these drags, which is kind of annoying.
First and goal.
Get Hawk going here.
To get that lead back before the break.
Nah.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time.
Defense is upset with us. They don't understand what the hell our issue is, why we can't get the ball in the end zone, and why we keep putting so much pressure on them. Back of the end zone, and he's picked off.
Picked off by John Johnson. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
By the Rams.
They're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
28-yard line.
Again, it's Johnson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Johnson, and he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
That's good.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 30. First down.
Ball up to the
Rams.
35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both lost.
Good TFL there on the screen pass. Good play recognition.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Goff's throw into the hands of Henderson. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek.
3rd and 7. Let's bring the heat. Most likely it's going to cost us.
This is 3rd down. To the air again.
There we go. And we were able to force enough pressure and let them set up for a field goal since Matt Prater missed a 51-yard field goal earlier on our first drive.
And that one's incomplete.
A 49-yard attempt.
Hauschka's kick is good.
Yet he's able to split the upright in the far left down low to get it through.
2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them
We go. Get Galladay involved. Of course, we got to run this hurry up here.
How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board?
Little dink and dives.
You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that
with that timeout. Yeah, let them rest up a little bit there. And it looks like Green Bay tied once again. Chicago down there on the bottom ticker.
Good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Stafford. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Intended receiver there was Quintez Cephas. And it's second down.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On first down, Stafford here.
Matt Stafford once again sails the ball. Could have been an easy completion for a first down, get us easily in field goal range, but the only thing we have going for us is these little dink and dumps. Go to Galladay.
Can we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. That's to his running back.
Carry on Johnson right across the middle on the Texas route.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
First down.
There he is again, but unfortunately our offensive line gave up way too much pressure there for us.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Cephas going down, getting another first down. The only thing we have going for us so far is these drags, which is kind of annoying.
First and goal.
Get Hawk going here.
To get that lead back before the break.
Nah.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time.
Defense is upset with us. They don't understand what the hell our issue is, why we can't get the ball in the end zone, and why we keep putting so much pressure on them. Back of the end zone, and he's picked off.
Picked off by John Johnson. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
By the Rams. They'll take over 1st and 10.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And now this throw
Would not have surprised me if they would have converted there.
First half will come to an end. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all nothing offensively in this game. Yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
28-yard line.
Again, it's Johnson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Johnson, and he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
That's good.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at
Ball up to
the
the
35-yard
35
line.
now as they come up on 1st and 10. Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
From the contact.
Here's 2nd and 10 now
Leads
from the
to 2nd
35.
and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing again. Stafford. And that'll be incomplete.
Stafford's pass.
Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this effort won't do it. He needed to get to the 45. He's a yard or 2 short. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up the 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Here we go with Johnson. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down near midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
1st and 10
2 first downs have them up near
49-yard line.
midfield now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Justin Ross, big play. And of course, there's a flag on the field. Most likely, holding against our offense. Arion Johnson, he was tired.
Good chunk of yardage, it's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And his throw is incomplete.
But coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Intended for T.J. Hawkinson.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Now it's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings... And they'll try the jet sweep here. So he got free at 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
By the wide receiver.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard
If nothing
gain.
else, they've already
Brings up
taken a couple
2nd
minutes
and
off the
9.
clock here already as they come up 2nd down. On the give, this is Akers. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He's brought down at the
One
15-yard
of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll go again here with Akers. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he looks into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right
And as a
at the line
defensive
of
end,
scrimmage.
getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends are like in a sprint.
A 3rd down looming here as this defense is hoping to preserve the shutout in this 4th quarter. Let's see how they fare. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Let's drop you back in the action here. Football in the red zone. They're looking for a touchdown, but right now the focus is getting 7 yards on 3rd down. Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty
big penalty, lack of concentration by the Rams to give us that easy first down. And we got a touchdown.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did.
All right, as you guys see, this season was absolutely horrible. So we ended up simming the rest. Finishing the season, as you guys saw, the one game lost 9-7, then lost another one to the division, 28-11, 45-17. Somehow, I don't know what happened this game, but we ended up coming back on the Cardinals, 38-0. The first shutout that we had in this rebuild. Lost the Bears and the Vikings again, beat the Giants, the Bears, lost to the Bengals, and lost to the Browns. With that, Patricia was fired. They have went out and they have brought in Deuce Staley, current assistant coach. Former assistant coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. Goal with Deuce is finally give him a shot to build his own team and lead them to the promised land. As he comes in, taking over, Matt Stafford, 3,800 yards, 23-7. Hopefully, actually building a rushing attack. 800 yards between two guys is not the way that this needs to be. Kenny Golladay finally played solid. Almost had 1,000 yards. Cephas and Ross played exceptionally well. Cephas being in the slot, Ross playing outside. Hawkinson continues to be the man. Tavai, 125 tackles. He was a tackling machine, 9 TFLs, only 1 sack. Vic Beasley, who we actually could not go and find a trade partner with, led our team with 5.5 sacks. Tracy Walker, the interceptions. Akuda has been non-existent out there. Only 3 pass deflections, gave up 44 catches this season. We finished with the 32nd offense and the 20th defense. Looking at yearly awards, Tannehill wins MVP. NFC 1-0. Defensive Player of the Year. Nothing. Offensive Rookie Trevor Lawrence. Ross came in there at number 3. Defensive Rookie Tompkins there at 2. Harvey at 5. And I know we won't have anything. Maybe. Nope. Tavai finished number 10 for best linebacker, best D-back. Tracy Walker, Coleman, and Matt Prater, even though he lost our game that we played because of the sim kick, missed the 51-yard field goal. He ended up winning Kicker of the Year. So as we go through and finish up year 2, sim up to the Super Bowl, and just in case we have some 5th-year options. Checking out the Pro Bowl. Nothing. Oh. Oh, we had Walker. Coleman. So we got the Houston Texans playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, so free agency, we didn't have much money, but we are going to throw a low ball bid on Jair Alexander. Nobody has a bid on him, so pair him up with a Cuda. Maybe that's what we finally need. Could go after Fred Warner. Get that extra little bit to build him up. And of course, we're nowhere near being there for what he wants. So even trying to bring him in 3 year. Use up all our money here, 28 million, and we don't even have the amount for that, so we withdraw that. So, I mean, there's a few others later on that possibly bringing in to help build defense a little more, since that's where we struggle. We can't make stops. But we're going to go ahead and advance here to the next.
The 40-yard dash are now available.
Go ahead and see what we got going on. And we're still the number one bid there on Alexander. So, could be interesting. All right, so we got some fifth-year options to take care of. You know, TJ Hawkinson, he's been solid for us. We're going to pick that up, no question about it. See, is he still the number one? Still the number one on Jair. With that, we're still number one. Drop it down there to 29. Yeah, it'll lower our number, but we're still number one there. No bids on Gallup or Lindsey. And we could always go after a power back. Get Deuce what he likes. I mean, we can throw that bid out there. Osu wants a lot. $18 points. Why not? It's there. All right, so we got Fournette. So looking at 3 running backs, roster, Fournette can, do great things. Hopefully, let him be their lead back. Swift and Johnson have not done it so far. So we just gotta keep grinding out. All right, the number 1 pick of the draft. I mean, it's tough. Do we jump for a quarterback? Stafford, what's his deal? Do we, go out here, chase this another corner? Get these two here, Kier Liam. He's a late first rounder. It's tough to say exactly what we do here with this number 1. Of course, left end, right end. Right end looks really solid. 21 power. Let's see. You also got this corner, but man, we need to get more pressure. So we're gonna go ahead and take Zach Harris. We reached. He's number 7, but 79 overall. Hidden dev. We took him at number 1. Is what it is. Looks like a good player. Let's just see how he fits in our scheme. All right, so after we completed the draft, solid draft board. Take a look at our team here. We do have Matt Stafford, still our starter. Galladay, Ross. We have Hasselwood. Gonna bump him up there to slide. Get him as many reps as we possibly can. Ragno currently got hurt. Unfortunately, I was completely forgot to turn injuries off during the preseason. So sucks to suck. We lost him for 7 weeks. Defensively, we're gonna get the man up here. Changing of the guard. Said bring him in there. And they can even jump up there outside linebacker. All right, cool. So looking at devs, Harvey came out as a star. Thompson got a star. So it's slowly getting there. Not as much gold, but is what it is. But that's gonna do it for me. We will kick back here in a few days with the official restart of the Detroit Lions. Second restart, technically. This time, it'll be headed by the man, the myth, the legend, Deuce Staley's. But as I said, that's it for me tonight. Go ahead, hit that sub button, hit that like button, leave a comment. Everything helps. As seen through the video down in the bottom right, all my socials, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Twitch is all there. Go ahead, drop by, hit that follow, sub button, whatever you feel comfortable doing. Everything is much appreciated. Even if you just want to come in, shoot the crap, talk some football, do whatever. But till next time, Philly's out.